April 16th. It's a Thursday. And on days like this, these are the harder days. Because even though it's bright out, it is cold, snowy, rainy. And are we going outside today? No. And so we spend the day in the house, in our pajamas. And you know that Colorado bipolar spring weather. 65 one day, freezing the next. And so today, and days like today, are a little bit harder. Thursday, April 16th, 2020, sheltering in place. And as the pastor of a church, I'm used to being very social. Going out, seeing people, checking on their needs, being at the office, doing regular things, having lunch with people, counseling them. But then on Sunday, gathering and helping shepherd people and pouring into their life. But now, this, right here, this corner, is my, I guess you'd call it a pulpit. I lead prayer meetings from here, I do counseling from here, FaceTime people and video chat from here. This is our church now in a lot of ways. And one of the challenges has been how do you lead people spiritually to pray and engage in their faith from a corner of your bedroom. And we're thankful for technology and thankful that faith moves beyond and transcends a lot of these issues. But it's been a challenge, I know, for myself and every pastor, as we've had to pivot from face-to-face contact to what I'm doing right now is a lot of what I do when I'm speaking to people about faith. Me in a corner of my bedroom talking to you. So right now it is about 1 o'clock, April 16th. And one thing that we have found as parents, 45 minutes every day, the kids go to room time and then get a video. And we get to have a second to ourselves. So this right now is the moment where I get just a little bit of time for me to go lift some weights in the garage, to go read, or just check in on the world on my phone, FaceTime somebody, who knows what. And out here in the garage is my gym, which is not a very good one, but it's getting me through the shelter. So my wife and I discovered that having just some sort of routine, some sort of time you do the same thing every day. Kids get a video and have some room time alone at 1. That's when we get to work out, have our time alone. So we insert those into our days. This is one thing that we've really worked on is getting some schedule and some routine amidst the just mundane hours upon hours of being in one house. So gonna get my workout on. 1:55, April 16th, driving through Main Street on the way to a food distribution. And driving through Main Street on my hometown that I grew up in is always kind of eerie right now because it's pretty empty and a lot of the businesses are shuttered this time of day. I know a lot of these business owners. Friends of mine or acquaintances, and I just am worried about what's going to look. They're closed now, and I wonder who's going to be able to open back up once the shelter order is lifted. And so I'll pray for these people. I pray for them by name and by the name of their company, that they would be just blessed financially, protected through this. It's about 2 o'clock, April 16th, and this is always a clarifying day for me. There is a line of cars that goes probably 10 blocks back and then wraps around the block for another few. Police have to get everybody. They have people going through and interviewing. And this always reminds me that there is a vast spectrum of how we're experiencing COVID-19. Some people are having their groceries delivered, and for this line is actually a food distribution line at Lift Up Carbondale. And this food right here, this isn't for stockpile. This goes from bag to table tonight, and they'll eat because of this. And so again, it just reminds me that we are all experiencing this at different areas. Even your own neighbor might be experiencing it differently. And look at this. And then right here behind me, these are the unsung heroes. Lift Up, these are volunteers. April 16th, 2020, about 3:15 or so. Just getting back home. One of the hardest parts about this whole season is, first and foremost, the lack of just social connection. Probably the number one answer for a lot of people. Another one is that I've noticed is the eerie feeling when you go out. I'm just getting back from food distribution, and I had my mask on, glasses on. I mean, I was all covered. I've never been a germaphobe, but I wonder if through this time in this season, we're just going to become germaphobes, which for some people wouldn't be a bad thing. I have a meeting every night at 9 o'clock. We all FaceTime together, me and my 3 closest friends. We call it the Pandemic Pub, and we just have a beer and talk life. And so we're doing the best we can in those ways, but we all know it's not the same. And so the relationships is hard, but also just that lingering uncertainty of every time you go out, like, do I have it on me, or did I encounter somebody who has it? And it's just a little unnerving. It's just a little strange to be thinking of along those lines. So that's been one of the hardest things for me. April 16th, 2020, getting to the evening, sundown, and the question is, what would I do differently if we do this again? And I think what's going to happen is we're going to emerge from this with an understanding we didn't have before. When we first started sheltering in place, we had no context and no idea what it meant. Well, we do now, don't we? How will I be different if I do this again? How would I do it different next time? Continuing to do what we've been saying, and that's this. When there's uncertainty, there's fear. And so the first thing is to partner with faith over fear. I get to choose who I partner with. I can put my roots into my faith or into my fear. Second one is I'm going to choose to partner with peace over panic. There's so much news out there, so many things that are just hard to understand, and other accounts, and it's constantly shifting, and there's horror stories. I'm going to choose to partner with. And the last thing is I'm going to choose to side with wisdom over worry. And here's what that means. No one ever went to the grocery store and bought 16 packs of toilet paper because they were being wise. They did it because they were living in worry. And the other thing I would do, I would get a haircut before the shelter order starts. That's what I would do, get a real haircut. That's probably pretty important next time. Thanks.